Hey, hello, and welcome to the show. It is time for Deep Voice edition of Show and Tell because I am losing my voice. It is me, John Park, instead of your usual Lady Ada and Phil. And I'll try to do very little talking and let our guests do the showing and the telling for us. First up, I've got Erin. Erin.
Hello.
So
Hey.
what is going on here? This is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. I'm working on something pretty exciting this week, which is I have a lot of LED projects that I've done over the years. I have here my LED top hat, LED corset, and a newer tutorial that I did, which is this sparkle skirt tutorial. And all three of them are running WLED. And this week I'm learning how to get them sequenced and going in xLights. WLED is really great for doing simple animations or for syncing pieces together where they all, I could have them all do the same thing at the same time. But xLights it's more like a movie editor where I can make a whole entire act or, make them sequence to a whole entire song. So I have just like one verse of a song here sequenced, which I would love to show off if you are ready.
Yeah.
You just have to hit play.
She's just a girl and she's on fire, hotter than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire, filled with catastrophe, but she knows she can fly away. Oh, she got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Looks like a girl.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
It is. It's really something. And I can keep adding pieces. I could build another whole costume like this. I do have a second corset and a second top hat. So if I want to have multiple dancers be able to, a lot of us have seen those Instagram videos where they're like these stickman suits or like rope suits where they all dance. And I do work with a local circus and a dance troupe, and I have some dancers who are interested in choreographing something with me, which would be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. And this kind of came out of the holiday house animated lights at Christmas time.
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's for big, huge holiday light displays. So the models that you find in there to map on are like Christmas trees and snowmen and stuff. So I had to do a little bit of custom editing to get this thing working, but it was really easy. I've tried mapping lights in multiple different programs before. I've tried LED Lab and also WLED as well as just trying to do it by hand. And it's so much easier in xLights. They have just the tools that are made for this. And
so in xLights for that, are you using like a webcam and a little feedback loop where it's characterizing the lights, or what's the
No, LED Lab does it that way. Whoops. But xLights, you actually you have a bunch of different models. So I'll have like a model looks like a Christmas tree or a matrix or whatever, and you can take that model and you can just tweak it. You can tell it whether your LEDs are serpentine or whether they are, are spiraled or whatever, and you can change the whole model in order to match your setup. And so the skirt and the top hat are both on a matrix model, which I kind of learned with when I did the tutorial for the big LED nets that we have. And then the corset actually has a different number of lights in each one of the strands. So I had to do a custom model for that. And they have a good tool for that too, where, you just basically, they give you a big Minecraft style grid and you just click and type in all your pixel numbers. I just finishing up the tutorial this week and kind of showing how to run a test pattern, and that's what I'm kind of focusing on, is how to map your own stuff and get it to start sequencing like this.
And then so the sequencing, is that sort of like you were saying, like a video editor style thing where you can have tracks and decide when you're
and
doing
you import a song, and then you can just take your animation and you drag it out to the specific amount of time that you need. There's transitions, so I can have it fade from one to the next. You can also put layers. So I can have like a blue background or a gradient in the background and then run the fire animation on top of that. Wow. It is really like a deep program. And it's, I'm still just very much at the beginning level, and this is really basic, but it's already pretty cool. So.
And then my final question, maybe the last one I say tonight, we'll see. You are wirelessly then controlling it from your computer, so there's never like any processing power required on you just have like a Sparkle Motion or something on the dress side, but all the big computation is happening on your computer.
Yeah, so it has to be within a Wi-Fi network. So I couldn't just walk out to Deep Playa and like wear this and have it work unless I had my computer and a Wi-Fi router with me. So, this is better for stage shows or for, like holiday lights displays where you're on your own Wi-Fi. Yeah. But each one of these has its own Sparkle Motion controller in it. You could also connect them and just use one and do all three and still sequence them separately. But it won't work outside of Wi-Fi. So that is a little bit of a limitation. But I think like at the theater, you could definitely do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In the past, I've done a lot of LED shows where I do have like my poi or some costume pieces that I have been trying to sync to music. But what I have to do is like listen really closely, and when the DJ pushes play, like there's a moment 2 bars later that I know to push the remote control button, and those little infrared buttons are so like directional. If I get it wrong or I try to start 6 poi at once and only 5 of them start, I'm like screwed. With this, like it's not in my control anymore. It's the computer's. When the song starts, the lights start, so I don't have to worry about trying to sync them up.
Really beautiful. Thank you for the demo, and that's I'm looking forward to the guide. This is really cool stuff.
It is.
Thanks, Erin.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you. All right, and next up we've got todbot. Hey, Todd.
Hello. So I got 2 things to show. One is I have a new serial plotter that was just posted by a fellow on YouTube that I follow, and I'd like to talk about that and show it kind of a little demo, because the Arduino serial plotter is pretty great, but it doesn't exist for CircuitPython. You can kind of get it to work for CircuitPython, but it's kind of a pain. So this is a his thing is called just web-serial-plotter, and I'll paste the URL in the notes, but it's a web-serial-plotter.atomic14.com, runs in any Chrome kind of browser. And on the left here, I've got a little CircuitPython program that just uses the synth.io to create a bunch of waveforms using the LFOs. And then all we have to do is connect it up to the serial output of CircuitPython, and boom, we have waveform displays. Wow. And right now it's got a legend, and it has down here it has statistics about each signal. If we want these legends named, then if I resave, it'll print out the header again, and we should get the legends of what I actually named the waveforms. There we go. Ramp, sine 1, and sine 2. And so this is useful for me during doing LFO stuff, because this gives the min and max and the average, the mean, so I can tell if my LFOs are kind of balanced, because it's kind of easy in synth.io LFO to get LFOs that are going in the wrong range. And so I love that it gives you these statistics. You can also go to the console over here and just see the actual data that's being sent, and you can like type in commands if you want, if that would change the output of your messages. Wow. And then at any point you can stop and then choose and just start to zoom in on a signal and start to see the actual data points and their times. And then later, if you're like, okay, well, this is a really good set of data, let's save this, and I can export it as all the data, or just the data I'm seeing as CSV, or I can save it as an image, as a PNG of what's currently going on. Super. And and it works pretty well. Not too shabby, I thought.
Really, yeah, that's really that looks super helpful, because having actual visual representation of your data, I love that. And it's I used to use Moo for that, and then it kind of died, and I haven't installed it in a while, and then I'm stuck kind of using the Arduino one. So
and there have been a couple of other web serial based serial plotters, but they either err on the side of being way too simple, or they err on the side of being way too complicated. And I feel this kind of hits the sweet spot right in the middle of like of graphing multiple values pretty nicely, and also giving a little bit of information about them, and letting you go back into the history of the signal and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now the second thing I want to show is this is my little downshooter. I got this new magic box that has inside of it other things. What is this? It's got this little bit that pops up, and then it's got this little, what's this? Well, this whole thing is a soldering iron. It's one of these USB soldering irons. So it comes with a 100-watt USB adapter, and so here it is on. Here it is warming up. Yeah, no, it's like yeah, is there firmware for it? But the reason for the box is it holds the extra tips, and this little flip up bit is a metal holder, so you can put it in there and it just holds it like this. And then this is a standard silicone and brass sponge sort of thing. And then to turn it off, it's at 300 degrees. Turn it off, just do that. Oh no, that's sorry. That changes to the next temp preset. I think hold. Okay, I just got this a couple days ago. There we go. And so now let it cool down. So yeah, so I might be taking that with me on my journey to a conference in a couple of weeks.
That's really slick. Is that a common one that a bunch of people are making under different brand names, or is it one particular?
I don't think so. I saw this one on Mastodon. I forget, one of the other hackers I follow had it, and I was like, ooh. I think it was Arturo 182. I think actually who's the one who had it.
I love the neat little case. It looks like a 1980s Charles Bronson assassin.
Yeah.
Kind of
no, totally. It's like, here, let me get my tools. I have a very specific set of tools.
Yes, really cool. Good. You can get up to some travel hackery with that. That's
travel hackery. That's it. All right, that's it for me. Have a good one.
Okay, thanks, Todd. Take care. All right. Well, that is going to do it for Show and Tell. Thanks, everyone, for coming to watch. Thanks to Erin and Todd for coming to show and to tell. And there's not an Ask an Engineer tonight. Just keep an eye on the blog and on our Discord to see what's happening next in the Adafruit world. That's going to do it for this evening. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park, and this has been Show and Tell. Bye-bye.